So it is primary election day across our state. Taking a live look at a ballot box there in the Green Lake neighborhood. And folks have been busy dropping off those ballots today, and voters deciding which candidates will move forward into the general election in the race for mayor, as well as 2 city council seats and the job of Seattle City Attorney.
So those are a lot of really important races that affect our day-to-day lives. So Brandi Kruse is joining us to talk about this. I mean, not just in Seattle or Tacoma, I mean, really across the whole state.
Yeah, I always laugh, though. Whenever we take that live shot, there's nobody walking up. But I promise it's been busy because we've been watching that shot.
In all morning.
Yeah, we've been watching that shot, and our photographer down there, Brandon, said that people have been coming to dropping off their ballots. So that's good. Well, it's just the timing of when we take it. But voter turnout in primary, of this nature, we know is not always great. Usually hovers around 30%. I just wanted to go through quick the voter turnout numbers as of the last update, which was 6 p.m. last night. So statewide voter turnout just above 17%. Also taking a look at the 3 most populous counties in the state. King County, 16.7%. Pierce County, 11.6%. Let's hope the latest update's better in Pierce County. And Snohomish County, 16.3%. Now, we did speak a little earlier on this morning live with Secretary of State Kim Wyman. And she reassured us that those numbers, even though they seem really low for primary day, that she says they're pretty normal. A lot of people will come in and drop off their ballots today. And so it would probably be around a normal primary election turnout, around 30%. But she reiterated just how important, even though we're not voting for president or something, just how important these local races are.
These are the people that determine the quality of the roads you drive on, how fast a first responder gets to you in an emergency, what books your children read in school. All of these decisions are made at the local level. And ironically, this is the election that will determine who's going to be on the ballot for mayor in Seattle, a great example. And 1 in 3 voters are going to make that decision for the people in November.
Yeah, when you think about it, 1 in 3 people in the city of Seattle, just as an example, with so much at stake in the city and crises that have been worsening for a decade, about 1 in 3 people are going to decide who they want to head on to the general election in November, which is pretty shocking, just considering how much is going on. But, there's a lot of reasons that off years have low turnout. We're all kind of exhausted from the last presidential race by this time. COVID is going on. It's during the summer. But would love to see that voter turnout a little higher, especially in areas that have such critical issues.
Well, absolutely. And maybe one of the most critical issues, the state of the city of Seattle. We were talking earlier about there's a race on the ballot here in the Seattle area where, things could go one of 2 ways.
Yeah, I think the race for Seattle City Attorney is really fascinating because on a normal year, it's not really one we'd probably talk a lot about. We'd probably be talking more about the race for mayor of Seattle, not city attorney. But, when you think about the things, and I'll show you the 3 candidates up this. Pete Holmes, he wants a 4th term, so he wants to be in that job for 16 years. And these 2 women don't want him to be in that job for a 4th term. Ann Davison, who is a Republican. This is the 3rd campaign she's run in as many years. She ran for Seattle City Council, lost, ran for lieutenant governor and lost. Now she wants this job. And then Nicole Thomas Kennedy, who's a police abolitionist. She wants to abolish our current criminal justice system, yet she's running for a job where she would be the city's top prosecutor. So just a really fascinating array of candidates. And the reason I believe this is the most critical race, not only for the city of Seattle, but for the state, is, issues with, for instance, repeat offenders, how we deal with people who are chronically mentally ill, who might be committing offenses, how we deal with criminal unrest in the city. This is the person who has a lot of autonomy in that job to be able to control that. And even homelessness, for that matter, when homelessness and the criminal justice system intersect. And so when you look at the race for Seattle mayor or the 2 Seattle City Council seats, yes, they're important, but they really need to work together. The mayor can't work on an island. She needs the help of the city council and vice versa. But in the job of Seattle City Attorney, you are it. You are the city's top prosecutor, making these really important decisions about what direction these crises are going to go. And when something's happening in Seattle, it impacts the entire region. So that's why that is the race that I've got my eyeballs on this evening.
Man, when you say it like that, that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You are it. It's so interesting. I mean, people who run in these positions are clearly passionate about it.
Yeah.
But man, these are tough jobs. You're talking about very tough jobs right now.
Very tough jobs.
Brandi, thanks.
Yep.